So let's run it down for you. Another turbulent day. I hate looking at the ticker, but I have to because of my job. And it's all about China right now. So I do anticipate that a week from today, the leader of Italy, Meloni, is going to show up here. And that is going to start the deal-making process with the EU and with Mexico and with Canada. I think those deals will get done. I could be wrong, but I think the strategy is get the deals done with the EU and the countries in our hemisphere, and then China will be isolated. Okay? I think that's what it is. Again, nobody's told me that, but I'm reading what's happening. So the United States has a tremendous amount of power over China, and it's not even reported. CNN is openly sympathizing with China, and other commentators too. They're rooting for China to beat Trump. It's unbelievable. China is the most heinous country in the world by far. As we reported yesterday, we laid it out. Their war machine is being funded by US dollars. Now, this is vital for you to understand. Every year, the United States pumps at least $600 billion into China. Two ways. The trade imbalance, all right, which we reported yesterday at $300 billion, and investments. Chinese corporations and some individuals, not many, but the Chinese government buy U.S. treasuries. Okay, they're bonds. They pay interest, and the money comes out into China. So trade imbalance $300 billion, and the interest level is $332 billion. That's more than $600 billion a year coming from us to them. Trump knows that's insane because much of that money is used to finance their war machine over there. Think about it. The stats I give you are in stone. Now, the Chinese also invest in the EU, but not as much as here. So China is dependent on the United States. They can hurt us. They pull that investment out of our treasuries, that's going to hurt. But if we take the marketplace and say to China, you got to pay 125% on every T-shirt you send here, it's going to close down factories over there. Who's going to make that up? Putin? Nobody wants rubles. Okay, I mean, who? So they know that in China. They're blustering now. The Chinese economy will collapse unless a deal is made. All right? Now, I said as much on News Nation last night. Go. They're using the $300 billion trade surplus a year to fund their military machine, their war machine. That is ultra dangerous. Trump believes it. He's going to crush them economically, or at least bleed them until they come to the table and make better deals. There you go.
But why would they come to the table? What's the theory?
Because their economy is going to collapse without the U.S. market. Okay. So that is my belief. All right. And it's speculation, but it's educated speculation. In the next segment on News Nation, I went away. A guy named Scott Galloway shows up. He is a professor of marketing at NYU. He's also on the New York Times Company Board of Directors, so that tells you pretty much all you need to know about Scott Galloway. Here's what he said. Go.
I realize it's bad form to comment on a previous guest, but I just want to highlight, in terms of our ability to quote unquote wreck the Chinese economy, the largest trading partner of China is the Association of Southeast Asian Nations at about $1 trillion. Number two is actually the EU at 900 billion. We're third at 800 billions.
So what? The Southeast Asian nations, yeah, they trade with them, okay, but they trade at a much lower level, and they're not using Vietnamese currency to fund anything. And there's no investment by Chinese corporations to speak of in Southeast Asia. There is in the EU and Japan, but not to the level of the United States. Now, Galloway's never going to tell you that, ever, because his thesis is that Trump bad, China not so bad, Trump bad. We get this? Okay. Now, I want you to know the truth. We have leverage over China. I believe a deal will get done between Xi and Trump. Not going to be easy, obviously, but they're going to meet face to face. I hope it's in June. I'm hearing in the Gulf. And then let's iron all of this out. We don't need a worldwide economic war. No one needs that. Everyone will get hurt. United States getting hurt now. Folks are getting hurt now. China, you'll never hear about them getting hurt. It'll be like COVID. So the Chinese government said, yeah, we had a couple of hundred cases of COVID, but that's all. Meanwhile, about 100,000 people died. But you'll never get that. They'll never say it. So this is very intense right now. Very, very intense. I'm rooting for my country. I'm not rooting for Donald Trump or the Republican Party. I'm rooting for my country. The trade deals are not fair. Every honest person knows that. They're not. Let's hope they get better for the USA and that we can de-intensify all of this. That's the memo. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on X. Look for @Bill O'Reilly.